right, it's Sunderland time. It's 100% Sunderland time. Absolutely dismantle Sheffield Wednesday. And Sheffield Wednesday come into this game, under Danny Rowe, there's a lot of talk about them. And it's kind of like you look at that game, and I think for a lot of people Sheffield Wednesday were the favourites. But it was a game where whatever side won, I think it's quite a big moment to like kick on this season and really like cement yourself as a playoff contender, I think, which would have been a fantastic result for Sheffield Wednesday, and they could still get it. But Sunderland were just immense. They were so good. They proved themselves the better team. They showed that they're actually serious when it comes to talking about promotion this season, which I think was going to be quite a big shock. We spoke about earlier about Gab as I'm finishing top of the league. Gab Sutton, EFL expert, was on the show last week. But their team, when you look at it, it's just exciting. I just really like it, and it's just like. They have that. There was a comment under under one of the Sunderland videos. I was watching back the highlights from this guy called Davey Rowe on YouTube, and he says Sheffield Wednesday's old reliable is Brannan, who is 34 now. Sunderland's midfield pairing of Chris Rigg and Joe Bellingham is just 35. So their two midfielders is just 1 year older than, arguably sometimes Sheffield Wednesday's most important player, which says it all really. And Sheffield Wednesday have got a good squad, but there's just so much youth in Sunderland at the moment. Maindo was sensational. You spoke about him earlier as well, but and the fact that he fills that puzzle, Sunderland really, really impressed me.
Well, with Sunderland as well, I think it's a project they've been building for a few years.
Yeah.
I think everyone thought it was silly money they spent on Jack Clark after flopping, let's be honest, at Tottenham. Disappointing spell at QPR. Mm-hmm. Was he anywhere else on loan?
Not that I can recall off my head.
Yeah. But yeah, he was disappointing. He didn't do much at QPR. Obviously, he was great at Leeds, but then, yeah, they've just been building. They've really, really set themselves up well for a promotion push this season.
I'm excited about them, if I'm honest. What was their average age?
22.4. I mean, they have 3 teenagers in the starting 11, and that's incredible. And they're 3 key players that we've spoken about Manda, and obviously Joe Bellingham and Chris Rigg as well, two of the genuine, you would say EFL. I know Windy Kids gets thrown around a lot, but they are genuine top talents from the EFL, and they're all in the same team. And maybe they're too young to go all the way this season, but and there's that famous thing in the 90s of Alan Hansen, you can't win anything with kids, but obviously Man United went on to do it, and like there's nothing stopping Sunderland from doing that. They've got so much quality and potential, and that's the word I think is exciting. Is that we don't quite know how they'll pan out, but they've got so much potential on paper. It's an extremely exciting project there.
It does help to be called Bellingham, in all fairness.
Not too bad at all. We got the stats quickly about Oxford United. They've got 115k followers on Insta, and Ferdinand has 3.9 million as well. Arthur has commented on YouTube, I believe, hello, Sunderland getting promoted, we battered them. I think he is a Sunderland fan, and he's referencing their win over Sheffield Wednesday. So yeah, absolutely, Arthur. Yeah, they could well and truly get promoted. I think what you said about Sunderland was right. Like, the only thing potentially holding them back this season is the fact that they're all quite young. It's just like it could be their kryptonite come the end of it. But there's just so much potential, and that was what you really didn't have in Sunderland a couple of years ago.
But it's been done. They do have some experienced heads in that squad. Yeah. It's been done. I mean, it's a bit different. The average age was definitely a lot higher, but there was a lot of young players in Wolves' team when they won the league. But they did have the experienced heads to cement them. I think it's definitely possible. I'm not saying they'll win the league.
No,
going on and doing more is without a doubt a possibility.
Yeah, they've got some serious talent in that squad.
Their combined age of their midfield, so you got Job who's 18, Rigg 17, Dan Neil 22, so combined age of 3 midfield players 57.
Dan Neil plays like he's 28.
Yeah, he's experienced at 22. That's insane. That.
My dad's nearly as old as 3 of their midfielders put together. Crazy. Sorry, Dad.
I'm not very good at maths, but
crikey, no. Sunderland honestly have the potential to do something absolutely massive this season. I wanted to ask, what are the opinions on the manager as well at the moment? Because I remember Erdem saying that he doesn't know. It's a big thing for someone to just come into the English leagues and do that, like get them promoted. What do you make of him?
Yeah, apparently he's got a really good track record at youth development. I think that's why they've kind of gone for him in a way. Like I think he's at Lorient in France, and he was very heavy on youth. I believe I read a stat that he doesn't use many subs, which I thought was quite interesting. And ultimately, I don't think it massively worked out for him in there in the end. But and I'm not necessarily sure he would have been Sunderland's absolute first choice. But if he has got the experience that they need, he's good with working with young players. then, and also we've seen that it's kind of the in thing at the moment, bringing in managers from overseas and doing really well and having new ideas in the Championship. So I think he almost mirrors the Sunderland squad in that he's a little bit of an unknown quantity. He's a little bit exciting as a manager. I think that could marry up really well, or it could ultimately prove to be their undoing. But I think that's why Sunderland are so exciting, and why we'll probably end up talking about them quite a lot on the show as the weeks progress.
No, definitely. And when you think back to that Sunderland Till I Die documentary, like, they had no potential.
No, it was finished. Like it looked dire. I mean, Magia and Joel Asoro were both potential in that.
Yeah.
And I think.
But they were
both of them.
They were out by Christmas.
Yeah. It was really disappointing what happened to them, and I think they've done well to not rush back into things. They've built a nice platform.
Yeah.
And they can now push on and undo all of that.
Yeah, no, I want to see them back in the Prem. And if you're a Sunderland fan, you want to get your hands on one of their shirts, check out the Football League store. There's a lovely one behind Tom, just behind him there. Very nice indeed. Yeah. Are you an EFL fan that wants to win free tickets to watch your EFL game of choice, or get your hands on an EFL shirt of your selection? Then watch the Football Park YouTube channel on Monday nights. Every single week we'll be giving away prizes, breaking down the key action from the weekend with fans, experts and content creators. Watch the Football Park YouTube channel on Monday nights. So Joe, who's your pick Championship best player of the week?
Well, I'm really sorry to take this one, mate, but I'm going to go for Sunderland's Mayenda.
Right, okay.
I'm assuming that was most people's player of the week.
I knew I was coming, so I prepared a few.
Okay, all right. You've prepared a few, yeah, same. Joe, why Mayenda?
Well, he's 19 years old. He spent half the season last year on loan at Hibs. He made, I think it was one start for Sunderland last year, and he's come in straight away, bagged 2 goals, and he's now clearly a key player for the club.
I think, and what Gab Salton was going on about at the start of the season when he madly predicted Sunderland to finish top of the league, all of the comments he got to that video, by the way, when he predicted that, was, "Man, we don't have a striker. Like, how are we going to win the league?" And he obviously knew what the actual answer was. He just didn't mention it there and then. But the answer to that question may well be Mayenda. Like, if he can actually perform, he could actually be. And their side is really young. Like, what was the average age?
The average age was 22.4.
22.4
of their starting 11 at the weekend, which is just
absolutely
incredible.
ridiculous. Yeah.
And we'll get into a bit more on Sunderland, their performance against Sheffield Wednesday on Sunday in a bit. But like, just speaking on my own there, like, he could actually be the man, like the final jigsaw to the puzzle.
100%. And I think in the Championship there was no like nailed on. I'm not saying this, but nailed on Golden Boot winner. Like, you got Latte Lath, you got Carlton Morris, you got Matteo Joseph from Leeds. Yeah. They're probably the best 3 options. But I don't know. It looks like.
And
when he could be up there,
he's
definitely a contender. It's a very open contest.
And when you think about it, you know, you got some big boys no longer in the league as well. Yeah. There's no Adam Armstrong, there's no Sammy Smodix anymore. Like this, it's kind of like it's wide open really.
Yeah.
And I like Mayenda because like his first goal as well. Like, he took it really well. Like, it was kind of like an opportunity out of nothing, and just puts it top bins from outside the box.
Exactly what you need from him.
Very, very good. Very good indeed.
Cool. And if they're going to be as good as Gab has said, like, he'll get chances. Like, if they're going to be under regional risk, like as good as people have predicted, and they're going to be hopefully up there. And if you're up there, obviously as a striker, you've got chances to get the goals.
I don't know about you, but I love an EFL shirt, and I've found the perfect place to pick up beauties like this. The Football League store has thousands of beautiful kits just like these for past and present EFL teams. The season's fast approaching, so get yours before it's too late. Click the link in the description to head to the Football League store.